Oh, good morning to you. I'm Jalea, along with Julia, Carlos, and Chuck, and we are back with an extra shot of sunrise November 2nd. And I can say that usually this far into November, I'm dreading talking to weather.
Yeah.
But I've been happy the last couple of weeks talking about the nice temperatures.
November used to be called November because there's no clouds, there's no happiness, there's no joy, no Thanksgiving yet. But this is completely different. In fact, I want to show you what's going on right now. We're at 49 degrees officially in Indy. Now, yeah, that's cooler than yesterday, but that's 11 degrees cooler than the average high. So that shows you that this warmer air that Al Roker's been talking about over on the Today Show today starts to move in, and we'll go from the 40s right now to 71 later today, which I've been doing weather here a long time, and to me that is still a mind blower. Now I know a lot of you want rain. We do need some actually, and we are going to get some rain in here, but not until Saturday. Now, if you would have asked me yesterday, I would have said Sunday's when we get the rain, but notice this cold front's going to draw some moisture up on Saturday afternoon. So ahead of that, really nice, 71 today and 73 tomorrow, 75 Friday, and then as I mentioned, folks, the 60s, but still that's above average on Saturday.
Even the 60s I'll take. I'm with that.
We'll take it.
Okay, so if you got any history buffs out there, you might be excited about this. A rare first edition copy of the U.S. Constitution is going on the auction block in December. And get this, it is valued at $20 to $30 million. Somehow I'm not surprised. So about 500 copies of the Constitution were printed back in 1787. Of those, only 13 have survived. Most of them are in museums, but there are 2 that are owned by private people, including this one. So the other sold at auction last year for $40 million. So I wonder why this one is less. Interestingly, the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, they're not included in this original copy. So maybe that's why you got a little discount.
I thought it was a coffee stand.
Yes. So those weren't added until 1791. So that's why it won't be there. So this is the first auction of this copy of the Constitution since back in 1894. I wonder how much it went for then.
I guess there are a couple things I'm surprised by, that they actually printed 500 of those, because that seems like a lot to have printed at that time. And then also that there are only 13 in existence.
Coffee stains.
Yeah, coffee stains. I told you, what are you doing with that?
That is so surprising. All right, well, believe it or not, Christmas season, it's already underway for a lot of people, but it is just around the corner. And the Rockefeller Center already selected its Christmas tree. It is a Norway spruce from Queensbury, New York. It will become the most famous Christmas tree for the season. So the tree will be cut down next week and should then arrive in New York by next Saturday, November 12th. Workers are already busy preparing the tree. When it arrives in New York, the tree will be wrapped with more than 50,000 LED lights, and the official lighting will be in Rockefeller Center on Wednesday, November 30th. The Rockefeller Center Christmas tree will be on display until mid-January. And Carlos has given his family an extra special Christmas this year.
Yeah.
You have some news. You shared it during sunrise, but we'd like you to share it with our viewers here now during Extra Shot.
There you go. The Diaz family is moving to Florida, and they're taking me with them, which is good. I felt like when they made the announcement, I'm like, am I going? And they said, okay, so I can go. Yeah, it is, I'll look over here now. My family and I are moving to Florida, Orlando, Florida, Winter Garden, Florida, just like 5 minutes north of Disney there. We actually can go to Disney like the back way in.
Rub it in.
But we already have a house on a golf course, so that's nice. But it's basically one of those things where, I mean, there's so much to kind of unpack with this, but the truth of the matter is, our lives have been drawing us to Florida for the last several months, if not the last year. My father passed away on December 7th of last year, and even at the funeral, we had both my mom, my side of the family and my wife's side of the family saying, "Why don't you move down here? Why don't you be closer to family?" And it was, my dad was a really big figure in my life, and to lose him was to a sudden heart attack was life altering for me, and it really made me kind of reassess everything. And I think a lot of people can relate to this. When you do a lot of what you do for your parents, you want to impress your parents as far as your career and things like that. Hey, look what I'm doing. I'm a news anchor. Look what I'm doing. And when they're gone, then you have to think about your own family, and it's not about impressing. It's more about loving and being there for your family. And I was just talking to Julia about this. when I see my daughter and son in Florida and they're speaking Spanish to our relatives it warms my heart to see that side of them that they might, not be doing here in Indianapolis because those Spanish-speaking relatives are down in Florida. So you have that aspect of it. There are dozens of aspects that went into this. My wife has a career opportunity that she said to me, hey, I have loved living in Indiana for the past 7 years, but we moved here for you, and now it's time for you to move for me. and that's my wife right there. That's how she puts things. And then also the fact that I have a mom who's down there right now with my brother, and I want to be as close to them as I can, for the next several years, so that I don't miss out on things like I missed out on with my dad. And it is startling. You get those Facebook memories that come up. One of the Facebook memories that came up just 2 days ago was that my dad was in Indianapolis this time last year. And so that was kind of a telling thing. So I just want to thank everyone here at WTHR. I don't want to disclose too much, but my contract runs until next August. And I went to my bosses here and I said, listen, I can be here till next August, but my family wants to be in Florida December, and is there any way we can make that happen? And they were very understanding with all that, and I want to thank them for that from the bottom of my heart. So that's really it. I mean, I don't know if I can be any more transparent. I mean, this is all transpired in the last few weeks. It's been really hard to kind of keep it secret and to keep it kind of under wraps. But it's something that my wife and I have talked about for quite some time. And it's dominated every one of our discussions, and it's the right move for us. And like I said, my life from the age of 22 to 52 has been all about career, and it's time to start thinking about family. And that's what this move is all about.
Well, we will miss you, and we know that the kids will be super happy to live right around from
well,
Mickey
that's
Mouse.
yeah. So Dacia was very excited that we're living on a golf course. Dayla's very excited that we live 5 minutes from Disney. I mean,
From
we
the
literally
Disney
live.
princesses.
You can see the fireworks at Disney from our front porch.
Oh my goodness! That's why I
So-
said when you were like, when we were 5 minutes from Disney, we can go to the back. I'm like, don't rub it in.
Yeah, I mean, so
But I'm glad, obviously, the way you talk about your family. Anybody that has a conversation with you knows how important family is to you, and it's bittersweet, obviously, for us. But glad to see you making a move that allows you to be closer to not even just your immediate family, but just as you mentioned, extended family. I know how much that means to you to be.
Well, and I appreciate you saying that. And I mean, as you well know, and you guys all well know, it's like, I mean, broadcasting and news broadcasting, it dominates your life. And there have been many, many Monday mornings where I have been driving all Sunday afternoon into Sunday night to get back from a golf tournament with my son and things like that. And
Shelf life on that's pretty short. Isn't
yeah,
it?
Scott Swan is the guy who every time I'd see Scott, he'd go, I don't know how you do it, dude. I don't know what's going on. How do you even survive?
Yeah.
So I am officially retiring from broadcast news. I'm not going to go from here and take another job down there. And in fact, we in looking at jobs down there, we were close on one of them, and my wife looked at me and she said, are you going to trade one job that's dominant in your life for another job that's dominant in your life? And so you have to kind of look at those things and say to yourself, you want to be in a position to pick a job that allows you to spend the most amount of time with your family. And I'm not saying, by the way, I mean, this is a great job, but anyone on this table right here can attest, when your alarm goes off at 1 a.m., it's not so awesome, and so it does, and so yeah, I mean, there's so much to share as far as that goes, but I'm just looking for a position now that would allow me to kind of be more flexible with my schedule.
But we still have a month left, right?
Yeah.
This is not the final extra
December
shot
8th.
with Carlos.
December 8th,
Yeah,
Thursday,
we'll be
December
going
8th.
back.
So I'm driving down with the family on Thursday, December 1st, and then I kind of go like, hey, here you go, and then I fly back, and then I've got a few more days here on Channel 13, and also to kind of tie up some loose ends, and then I jump in the car and drive down on Thursday, December 8th, right after the show.
All right.
Oh, right after the show.
I mean, the car will be running.
Gas at the pacer the night before.
The car, I'll be. Listen, extra shot that day will be real quick. All right.
Yes,
So, there might be some bubbly.
Good
as
being
well.
with you. I'm out.
Yeah, exactly. I can say whatever I want. You might want to tune in that day, December 8th. It'll be like Costanza on George Costanza on Seinfeld. I got some bones to pick. No, but it'll be a lot of fun. So there you go.
Well, we will miss you, and we get you to do extra shot until that day.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just be solo.
Yeah, so thanks for being with us. We'll see you back here tomorrow and on Sunrise beginning at 4 a.m.